Alright, hello. I'm gonna try and commentate a bit on my 206 run because I do not have a 205 recorded. So I will try and commentate on this because it's very similar run wise and even balloon wise, we can say. So you can learn from me, and I'm gonna be pausing a lot in the video. So if you want to watch the actual run without pauses, I'll try and link it in the description. So I'm gonna start here. So the first thing to notice is that here there are multiple ways. You can just try and hit the wall right here and just continue up, but you can, if you want to save time, at least for now, I'll explain it later, it's complicated. You can save time in the first section by hitting this wall, then we'll be hitting the wall up there. We'll see it in a couple of frames. Or if you want to be really, really fast, you need to have great mashing though. You need to hit this wall, and then squeeze the gap right here without hitting this ledge, so you can reach this part and skip this whole section entirely. So if you're playing the somewhat fast strats, you just use this wall and go here. You can do it like a beginner, play like this, but like if you wanna also if you also see that this spike is hard to avoid, you can just go here and then there, or you can do the opposite, which is go here and then hit this. This is still hittable because you'll still reach this ledge instead of this one, so you are still able of to hit this. Now, what is faster in using this to go in all the way here? The faster thing is that you get to reach this part without needing to bonk a lot of times here. So you'll straight go from down there straight up there, and then you just go in, which is slightly faster than just going on the both walls and then there. But to recapitulate, you can just use the walls to get two less. I'm gonna call them sections. So you get two less sections to go through, which is naturally faster normally. And here you can go completely easily. Now, if you use the spam method to avoid the spikes and go all the way instead of hitting the ledge and then spamming, there are gonna be two possibilities. You either hit this barely and you have to go back here and it's a bit slower, or you're gonna be able to pass through there with just like two hits, one hit like this and one hit like this, and you'll pass right through there to here. You can just hit the wall naturally and go up. You can also use the slope to change direction, which is like maybe a frame faster. I don't know, but like this whole thing is complicated and it saves like barely, maybe at maximum 0.2 over what I'm doing here. And you try to get as close to this ledge as possible without touching it, so you go there. Now there are people who think going there on this ledge is faster, but you'll need to go way higher, which is gonna, and also way more to the right, which is gonna use a lot of your time, which you could have used to just pass right through right next to this and go right here. So I finish here with a 916, the best I've ever seen, which I have also done, and it is on the Discord server. It's a 9.90. However, this doesn't really matter, which is why I'm showing you the slower methods as well. Because afterwards you have the cutscene. But here, as you can see, I wait until let's say 9.95 and like maybe 10.1 at maximum. Or you can even go slower, but to be fast, the closer you are to 9.95, the better it is. So I wait until the clock hits this number. So I go fast on the first part. So if I mess up, I don't have to instantly reset. So I can make some mistake in the first part and lose some time, but then I'll have to wait anyway for the 10-second mark. So I'm gonna explain later why I do this. You can use here this sledge as well to save 2 sections. Now the problem is, I'm gonna go a bit further up. The problem is here, the battering. What the problem is that this battering is just a cycle. Like you can really go in between these, but it's really hard to do consistently, and it kills a lot of runs. So the reason why you delay is to get a good cycle in the bat ring. So usually the fastest we've ever seen for now is a 37 cycle. I do not know if 33 or 32 cycle is possible, and I've not seen anyone yet try and go for the in between the bat strat, which could be an opportunity for sub 2, I don't know, but regardless, this is mainly the purpose. So going back here, you can also not wait right here and not hit this sledge. So at the end, the point of the first 37 seconds is to get to the battering at the good cycle and to have it go smoothly. So for example, you can just wait here for the bats, but the problem is if you wait here, sometimes the battering will open up and you're going this way, which is hard to anticipate going here and then not getting hit at the top, which is why with practice and with what each person prefers, you can find your preferred cycle. This is my preferred cycle. I will show you how I do it. So you'll see how this works out, but you need to find just a cycle that lets you go very close to the bat right here, because the closer you are, the faster you get out, and the faster you get out, the faster of a time you get. So going back here, you hit this, and since the ghost is going downwards, you can hit it and go over it. Now here, I'm gonna give a shout out to Suli because he found this, and it was a very big step forward, because before that the 37th cycle was way less consistent. Here you have this sledge right there, which is normally the path intended. You go up there, and then you wait, you get a hit, and you go here, and then you go up. Now Suli found that if you can get here and just spam right next to this bat, you can skip this entire section and go straight up like this, which is insane. I wouldn't have found that alone, and I really thank Suli for this. But going back, the main idea is try and get under this bat. If you are taking a faster cycle, you can try and go over if it's going downwards, and just try and clear this gap here, and then start spamming as fast as you can get here. But also don't over spam, because there are loads of times where I just over spam and hit this spike, and it just kills the run. So we continue, and again, this is my cycle, so you can, the viewer, you can try and create your own cycles, but all of this is just the 4:37 at the right time. And here again, if you go a bit slower, the bat is gonna be in a very hard spot to dodge, which is like right here. So if you go fast, you can just go over it. But sometimes you're too slow and you can just hit under and then continue what I'm doing up. And here there are two routes. I prefer my route. I haven't tried Suli's really, but I prefer it because it's like I feel it's more easy or more straightforward, let's say. You can either just hit here and continue your life, or you can try and go very close to this spike and spam all the way up there, which is theoretically faster, but I prefer the other cycle because it lines up with the other sections. So you can go up. You can either spam very hard, or if sometimes you can be too fast or not spam hard enough, and you'll hit this. So you can just simply go under it and then spam right back up. Here simple, just go up, and now you start mashing the hell out of your phone because you're trying to get over this set right here. It's really hard to dodge, but you can, if you're slower, they are going to be in the way. If you're slower, you can just continue here, which is a kind of backup. Continue under there, you go up, and then there, you'll be on this wall and you'll have to hit here, which is a bit hard, which is why I go for the other strat. It's a bit more straightforward and but risky because you can very much hit these two bats I showed earlier. Now here the biggest roadblock I think, and the biggest thing that's blocking us from sub 2 right now is these two bats, because you can see how early I get here. It's like a 56 pace. I can just spam up there and I'll get to the next section. But these bats are in a very difficult place to get. So I cannot just spam up there because the bats are gonna be in my way. So I have to stall, which I do here. You can stall down there. I just did a mistake. This saves one section instead of hitting the wall right here. But it's kind of the same. It just saves maybe quarter, half a second. And if you're fast enough, this ghost is gonna be here. So it's gonna be harder to go over it like I'm doing right now. So most of the time you go under it, which is very precise, but you can get the hang of it very easily. You up there, and there is a split decision you can make, either right or left path. I find left path way easier, to be honest, but it's preference. So now, what I like also about all these setups before is that this section lines up very well. And this section, a lot of casual players struggle with it. You have two real solutions to get through this. You either hit this wall and spam all the way up there, or you go here, which is a bit hard of a slalom, and then you spam your way all the way from here. Then this section, I also need to find a good cycle for it because it's really hard with no real cycle in hand. So I stalled, if you can. You can see here that I hit this ledge because I wanted to stall and try and get a better cycle. Just try and go. And here I still also don't have a real good cycle, so I need to revisit my routes a lot. And I'm trying to get up there the fastest way possible without hitting these bats, because there are these two bats. They have the longest line of them all, and they're very obnoxious, because most of the time you're gonna go through these lines, because there will be a very slight chance that they are on your trajectory, but in this cycle they are on your trajectory at all times, which is very difficult and very obnoxious, which is why I need to revise this. Here, one would like to go up there very quick and just go and spam their way up there, but this bat again is in the way and it's just obnoxious, and again this bat being in the way makes it even more obnoxious. But I kinda don't know how I did that, but I did go past it. Now here you can go the safe way and go one by one, or you can go a bit faster, and I can also go faster here, but I was kinda stressed at this point. So the optimal way is just spam and skip gaps as much as possible so you can go a bit higher. And there is just now the balloon is a very interesting fight, because it's kind of RNG and it's also kind of dependent on how fast you go in the beginning. So there are two things that are very funny about the balloon. One thing is that if you land close enough this way, but without being too far, you can stand here without being moved back to the center point, I'm gonna call it, and you'll have the opportunity that once the so once it transforms, you can sometimes be there without being moved back to the center, and you can hit him straight. So like you spam really hard, you'll be able to hit the balloon without needing to hit this wall first. However, I did not do that this time. I was too far to the right and I got moved back to the center. So now I'm getting back to the other point I had, which is how it is a bit random and how it is a bit dependent on how fast you go. Because even here I got a 129 something low, but if I got like even a second or half a second difference, all these cycles are gonna be different in the balloon. So it's gonna be very hard to sway around them, because it's improvisation, literally. You don't have a route anymore. Which is why this is maybe the hardest part, because you can't really practice it very well without getting a good attempt in. And yeah, it's just improvisation at this point. But I can help with one thing for the balloon fight, which is once you hit the balloon, try and stay as low as possible while still not being late. So here I spam all the way up because I already know where it will be, because it's just on the ground right now. So you need to hit it hard as well, because if you don't hit hard, I'm gonna show you. And as you can see, I'm staying a bit low. So first I can evaluate the cycles, and second I can evaluate where the balloon is, because the position of the balloon once you hit it is a bit random, or I don't really know if it's 100% random, or it has to do with which part of the bat you hit it with, like or how much velocity you have. So let's say if I hit it with the right side of the bat with the left side of the bat while going right, I don't know, I may have to speak with the devs about this and figure it out. Here, the only problem is that my RNG was very bad and the balloon got sent this way, so I couldn't really hit it again. And then I'm gonna go back a bit, a second maybe. You can see here that I'm gonna go back to my point, which is hit the balloon hard, because I'm gonna be hitting it very gently here, and you'll see that it barely got any higher. So if you can hit it hard, hit it hard. But if you can't, you'll just have to hit it barely, but it won't save as much time as it would if you hit it hard. And also, the more sections you can save, the faster you'll go on the balloon fight as well. So try and think about that as well if you can while playing. So that's pretty much it. The main idea of the run is get good at your cycle, like get a cycle you're used to, and just get good at it. And after that, it's gonna be a bit of tuning on your side and knowing how to improvise on balloon to get a very good time. So thank you for watching. This is my first actual real video, we can say, because other videos are just runs of me playing whatever game, and I hope you liked it.